Hi, hello, Vanakkam. It's good to see you all on Bring Again Group, Alston's group, and LinkedIn. I know it's been a fantastic week. Started with Diwali giveaway that Bring Again organized, and then there's been some couple of amazing sessions that we did during this week and yesterday. We just bombarded with a lot of reviews of new applications, etc. But in all these, there was one application which really caught my eyes called Form Engineer, and I had even posted a video yesterday about what Form Engineer is. Very lightweight form builder, and I really loved it, when I saw it first, and the limits were also pretty generous, and I thought that it did not deserve the love that it really deserves from all of us. So I spoke to the founder, and I found him to be extremely knowledgeable, and he's got a great roadmap for this product as well. And I thought that I should bring Dave, Devadi Dev, to our group so that he can share what Form Engineer is. Hey, Dev, good morning. Wherever you are, and welcome to Bring Again and Alston's group. And thank you so much. I know that you accepted for this session in a very short notice. Thank you for being here with us to talk about Form Engineer. I used the trial version and I built a form. It was very quick. It is very, very, very nice. But I wanted to start with a question, and so that it will also be an introduction about you. So there are already a lot of form builders, Dave. Um, why is there a need for form engineer? That's one. And so, what made you develop form engineer? What is the vision for form engineer, and where is your team based in? Can you just start with a small introduction about yourself and give a background to our members so that they will know why they should invest in form engineer?
Sure, that's a good question. Actually, if somebody had asked that question to Elon Musk, there's already so many cars. Why build
Okay.
another car? So yeah, same with if somebody asked that question probably to Ford many years ago. Hey, why are you doing that? There's already so many. So that's a good question though. That's a valid question. But I think this is a practical tool that people if you're building a site and you need a tool, you have to have a form. And form engineer is very diverse. You can create complex or simple forms.
Okay.
And a little bit about us. Right now, I'm in Hawaii, by the way, so it's in the middle of the afternoon.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
actually,
Okay.
it's still Thursday here, and I know there where you are in India, it's Friday morning,
Friday
right?
morning. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we're about as very Hawaii is actually the most remote place on Earth, meaning the nearest other habitable place on Earth is like almost 1 or 2,000 miles. So Hawaii is the most remote place on Earth. So yeah, we're pretty far away from where you are now. But I have been to India probably 14 times,
Oh,
and I absolutely over the past probably 10 or 15 years, every year, at least once a year. So I have a lot of connections there in India. So I have a lot of you know room in my heart. At any rate, form engineer is it solves a practical problem. And why? Because we have a roadmap, and in about a week or two, we're going to have a direct integration with Google Sheets, which is what people have been asking for. So we listen to what people
yes.
need. We're going to
Brilliant.
be shipping that live within a week or two.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay.
So does that
So,
answer the question?
absolutely, it does definitely answers the question. In fact, uh, I don't think I'll ask this question anymore to anybody in terms of why, one more need for this particular application, when it is already crowded. As you said, there's always a space for one more. And so that is your team also based in Hawaii, developing, and how large is this team? So is there any background that you could give on about that?
Oh, actually, yeah. Some of our team is actually located in India, uh, near
Okay,
Mumbai.
I see.
So it's remotely being managed. So yes, a small team right now.
Okay, fantastic. So it's India and Hawaii. Okay.
Well, we
Um,
have some in Eastern Europe too as well.
oh, okay. So how large is this team? I mean, just in terms of size?
Anywhere from 3 to 5 people,
Okay,
depending
fantastic.
on the needs. Yeah, because
Okay,
sometimes we have three full time. Sometimes we have needs for other like
okay,
marketing and things like that aren't constantly full time.
okay. Okay. So, Dev, we are quite conversant with the farm builders. But is there anything unique about this? I mean, definitely, definitely defining the field and all those things is all going to be the same, etc. But is there anything unique about farm engineer that we should not miss? And this is a feature that probably tomorrow it might come up in any farm builder, but today it is just available in farm engineer. Is there like that? Or can we just quickly jump into a demo? Can you just show us how easy it is to build a farm? Because I did build a
Hmm.
farm, but I wanted to see
Hmm.
how easy it is for others to see
Hmm.
to build a farm in Farm Engineer. Can
Hmm.
you share your screen and build a farm for us, and also show us what is so unique about Farm Engineer?
Okay, so you want me to share my screen? Okay, give me one
You
minute
can,
then. I have to get set
yes,
up.
please. Yeah.
But in the meantime, there is basically one very neat feature is that for each form, you can have a unique SMTP credentials.
Okay. Okay.
And so that's a very unique feature. You
And okay, and it is part of the plan, right? It is part of the current plan. So every form can have its own SMTP credentials, and it is part of the plan currently.
yeah, it's part of every plan, yes.
Fantastic. Okay.
Can you hear me okay? You're breaking up there a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you okay.
Okay, good. Perfect, perfect. Let me just get. Is it okay if I answer some of the questions in the chat, or would you do that later?
We'll do that later. Don't worry about the chat now.
Oh, okay. Okay, give me 1 minute. And besides that, so your features, you're right. Because you know what, all forms, every form tool is usually using HTML elements. And nowadays, HTML is already built in with a lot of amazing form features, really. And that's what all this is coming from. The
Okay.
slider and all those type of like date range pickers and all that is built in HTML nowadays. So we're all coming from the same source. And in that way, we're all standing on the shoulders of giants, using our predecessors, you know, uh, hard work and engineering. But besides that, we can go over a demo. So let me see. I think yeah. So I'm all ready now. Should I share my screen?
Yes, please. You can see the
Yes. Let me
share
see
button
this.
right below your
Let's see
video.
here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Your yeah, your
Now,
screen is
and this is showing the entire screen. I see.
please.
Alrighty. Okay, so here we are. We logged in to a demo account. Can you see that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Um, well, I wish I had. Okay, another really neat, unique feature here is every plan includes the option to share. And before we even go into creating a form, for example, there's the icon here that says collaborate. And when you click that, you enter the user's email that you want to invite. And you can also allow permissions for that user, can view data, can view form, and can design a form. So that means you can invite different levels of administrators or team members. So if you have somebody that you just want them to view it, you don't want them to be able to edit it, then you would just choose view form. Data is also, uh, if you just want them to view the data, the submissions, for example, but not the form itself, you can also mark this box here. Okay. So, and that's really easy because when you enter the user's email, all they have to do is come create a free account. And when they create a free account, then they will, under their shared forms area here, they will see the form. How's that?
Yes, brilliant.
How about that feature?
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, so I can't hear you anymore.
No, no, I
So I
said
guess I'll keep going.
no, no.
Check this out. Okay, so keep going. Okay. Um, so yeah, so that's one really neat feature. You can share forms and very easily, you know. If you wanted to do something like that in WordPress, you have to tell the person, okay, log in, and then on the left you have to click here, then you have to click the number of forms, and they'd have to be basically uh, some type of administrator on WordPress, on your WordPress site, for example. Um, and another really neat feature, which we'll go over in a minute, is the SMTP credentials. You can have a unique one for each form. So that's really neat. So here's the icons for each form. This is the user interface, and right now it's definitely on the roadmap. We're going to be redesigning this and just making it like a little bit easier to navigate. Okay. So you can view a form, you can edit, delete it, duplicate it. You can view the widget is where you get the code to insert this on your site. So another beautiful thing about having a tool like this is you're not locked into a WordPress tool, so that you can use this tool anywhere, and you don't have to have a WordPress plugin, for example. This will work on a WordPress site without a WordPress plugin. In addition, you have like a URL here where you can just have a button that links to this form that is hosted on app.form.engineer. And I understand that users definitely want a CNAME, and that is on the roadmap, but that's going to be after Google Sheets integration and probably after the redesign as well. But that is definitely on the roadmap. People want that, and we understand that. But in the meantime, there's nothing wrong with having just a link to something like this. It's not going to be completely white labeled, but it will work. So that's the widget, and you can view form submission data. You can download the code. Now, this is only available in the Platinum plan. Okay, this is this, and the fact that you can create unlimited forms is available in the Platinum plan. With the free plan, you can only create one form, and the Silver plan, I think, is 5 or 15. I forgot. And but with the Platinum plan, you can download this, but then you would need some type of a developer background development to understand what to do with that. Because then what you do, you would need a backend. You would develop your own backend at that point. But you are provided the PHP and the HTML to get started. You can create reports and collaborate, which we went over before. Okay, so let's just view the form before we start to edit it. This is what it would look like, and this is also the URL that you would provide, like in your button or on your email footer, for example. You can have something like this, a form for book an appointment type of form, something like this, with the URL or the link in your footer of your email signature, for example. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And when you use the widget iframe, you would obviously just see this part and not the URL. Okay, so let's edit it, or let's just create a new one. So this is going to be, today is November 11th. Give me 1 minute. Let me turn off my. Hold on, let me do something. Yeah. Okay. And this is the description. Now, I do plan on making more videos to specify like use case scenarios for forms And we do have a lot of forms that we can, basically demo forms that we can share with everybody, but I haven't released those yet to everybody. But I do plan on making more videos to create like specific forms for certain use case scenarios, because some people ask for like a counseling form or a booking registration form or research survey form. And we have all these built, but it's not released yet on the shared area for everybody as a demo. Okay, so this is the platform, the canvas. Okay, and you would drag a element. These are all elements. So these are all HTML elements, just like you would see on any HTML form. Although you do have something like a signature form, which will allow a user to sign, which is really nice. Let's drag that over. And sometimes it's tricky. In order to move these, you have to hold and drag. All right. And this is going to be part of the redesign, because intuitively you would think that you would click this arrow to move it up or down, but that is one feature that's definitely going to be redesigned. The intuitiveness of dragging these up and down. Okay. Of course, you can also add a horizontal line. So right now, and I'm on Safari. So you can click and drag this. And that's a horizontal line after you put your elements above this line. And then, so you have an input over here, of course, just like any other form builder. On the left is where you modify it. So this would be name. And you really want to use a field name for your own sanity. For example, I have a good sense of humor, by the way. I like to laugh. So I say be kind to yourself and have a field name that makes sense. Okay, so this is name, simple, easy. Column width, you can like end up creating like multi-column forms here, but to be honest, some people have reported that there's issues just recently dealing with a ticket where the user had two columns, but they couldn't drag something underneath. And I'm still working on that. So be aware if you do end up using something like this. Please report any issues with us, but should work fine. Okay, but we're happy to troubleshoot anything. Here's where you choose what type of input is going to be: number, email, password, or color. And here you have a placeholder, for example, help text. Okay. And then you have sizing is required. And you can even have a custom message for if the user does not fill this out and tries to submit. You also have a built-in validation. Of course, again, these are all built into HTML and JavaScript. Okay. So on the back end is all PHP, JavaScript, HTML. So it's very simple and solid. And if your email is not correct, then you can have a specific email validation error message for that. You can have an icon, and you can choose from any of these icons. There's a lot to choose from. Okay, so usually you choose something from like address book or something like that, and then you can choose whether it's at the beginning. You can have another one at the beginning or the end. So you can have one at the end, and then one at the beginning. Custom class is an easy way to add a class here, for example. And then you would add the class here, and then on your WordPress site or anywhere else on your website, you would go to your CSS file. And so on WordPress, you go to customize, or if you're using a Divi theme, there's a very easy way to just add custom CSS there, just like any other site on WordPress. And then you would have that class and just add your key value attributes there. So it's very easy to target this. Okay, so then let's save this before we go any further. And then you have the options here to continue editing, preview it, or go home. You can also save this as a template. Okay, so as you add elements there, you have your element configuration for each element. In order to see that, you have to click on an element. And then you have your form configuration details here. Now, let's go into some of these settings up here. A very powerful feature is conditionals. Okay, so of course you can see these in forms like gravity forms and other form builders as well, where you can show and hide elements based on different conditions. Yeah. So you would show a particular element or hide a particular element based on when a condition is met, equal to or not equal to empty or not empty, for example. And then you can add as many conditions as you want. So you can end up making a really powerful form. For example, we have one use case scenario where the user wants to upsell a product, for example. And by the way, that makes me think that a lot of users have asked about native integration with PayPal or Stripe or other payment plans, for example, like Razor Pay. I know that's popular in India. So this is definitely coming, but we do have a case scenario. So it's not there yet, but we do have users who use forms like this with a workaround, okay? And it's been very successful. They've actually been using it for several years as a workaround where you create the form and then we'll go to settings here, and under settings you can have a redirect page. And so after the user submits the form, they're redirected either directly to your PayPal cart, for example, or a Stripe checkout page. Nowadays you can create really beautiful Stripe checkout pages very easily. Okay, so that's a nice workaround, and it's really flawless. It works beautifully. So in the meantime, there's no direct integration. You could end up having that button redirect to a checkout page. Of course, if you target that, I think that's the easiest way to do, because I was just thinking that you could have some custom JavaScript to somehow integrate. But you know what? Either way, if you click a button, it's just gonna, you have options to redirect to a to a checkout page like PayPal, and you can configure that page to have a back button to go back to your website. You can configure that page however you want. So right now, that's actually a good solution. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, so if you have a value, for example, that you want to show or hide, you want to upsell your product or sell an additional product, then you can ask a question, and if they say yes, so if the element is equal to yes, then you would hide or you would show another element. So it would immediately make another element visible. You can also make this for intake forms, because you want the intake form to appear very short. And so you could have the intake form appear very short, and then if you wanted, you could, for example, after the email, so they enter their name, that enter their email. After that, you could show the phone number as an optional input field, for example. And that would be something like the element, phone, and you would name the phone number element phone, and then if the element email is not blank or not empty, then make the phone element appear, for example. Okay, so I'm just going, I don't want to be too long. Sometimes I get a little long-winded, so we're going to keep going. This is where you set your email notifications for the admin and for the user. And this is also the option where you can set unique SMT settings. So we're going to enable this feature to send emails to the admin. And this is actually a very nice feature, which I believe it is common, but I know that Gravity Forms and maybe other form builders have this as well, but this is a very powerful feature where you can send the notifications to multiple admins. Okay, so you have your from email, and all the users or your coworkers or your clients, whoever you want to send this to, you can put their email here. Okay, you can customize this with custom HTML, for example, to make that email look as beautiful as you want. So, and here's the placeholders that you can put in that email as well that are coming from the form. And this is also another powerful feature that several users have actually asked me about, and it was already built in. So you can attach the PDF of the data right there in the email. So that's very useful. So a use case for that is you can end up creating like a contract, okay? Because on the form here, let's just go back there real quick. You can drag in an HTML text, okay? And this is very powerful because you can end up using, for example, a third-party app to create some beautiful, like, formatted text area. So, for example, I use something called RapidWeaver, and it has a tool there from Joe Workman where you can create emails actually. And then what you do is you copy that in plain HTML, for example, and I use that for different purposes. So if you have a tool where you can create an HTML page, for example, however beautiful it may look, you can put that raw HTML on the form. So for example, if you want a contract, and now the thing is, if you have a contract, you can't necessarily automatically input the user fields that the user is inputting right there at that moment. That's not going to work. But what you can do is create some type of a generic contract and then paste that holding here in the HTML text area element and then have the signature. And then when you go back to the email submission settings, you can attach that as a PDF to the user. So this is to the admin. And then this is what the user, if you enable auto response, means this is what the user is going to get. Okay. Here you would obviously choose the email element that would be on your form. And then you would attach the, attach the form to the form data that the user submitted to the email. So that's like a way of sending that contract to the user when they submit that form. So that's a really nice user case, very powerful. Excuse me. So let's go to the next powerful feature. You can uncheck this box, because use my SMTP settings is the settings coming from your global settings right here. But if you unmark this box, then you can check, excuse me, you can have custom SMTP credentials for each and every form. That's very powerful. That means that you can use this unlimited plan for like all your clients and then create really amazing forms for your clients and then have it come from their address. Yeah, so it's very powerful. Whenever you enter your credentials, you click this test SMTP details and you'll get a confirmation toast appearing up here, okay? All right. Settings. Now there's a natively integrated Recaptcha. You just click that and then get your secret key and your site key. So that's beautiful. And this is where you just have a couple of design settings for the form itself. And this is where you would have the redirect page, which is very powerful as well. You can get really creative with that redirect page, because from that redirect page, you can either go to a checkout page like Stripe or PayPal, for example, or you can go to another call to action page that you have set up, or to a video saying thank you for submitting a form, and you can have another call to action on that video page, for example. So it's a very powerful feature there. Here's another powerful feature. You can allow the user to submit it as a draft and they can come back to edit it. You can enable scheduling, which is very powerful too. So you can have a call to action again, a timed call to action, so that the users have to fill out this form, whatever it may be. And by the way, you can get really creative with these forms. And you can have it scheduled so that it's only available in a certain, within a certain time frame. So if you click that, there's a date picker here. And also, once it's been closed, it's a beautiful message. And once again, You have custom HTML. I think this is a feature that is so powerful that it's not it may be overlooked in a lot of workflows with a lot of I know myself because this is my own experience, but I've seen it also throughout so many companies, businesses throughout the world. If you use this HTML view, for example, you can just, like I mentioned earlier, insert your own custom HTML and have something beautiful like right there waiting for the user to see. Okay, so that's the time scheduling option. And then we're natively integrated with MailChimp. So that's beautiful. And of course you have additional JavaScript or CSS that can load at the end of the form. So yeah, like you said, it's simple yet powerful. At the bottom, you can contact us from our chat down here. We have our roadmap link here, our documentation link. You can join our Facebook group, but to be honest, I'm going to change that. It's going to be our own group. We're not going to be using Facebook moving forward pretty soon. But you're welcome to join there for now. And there's also a support link where you can click support and submit a ticket.
Okay.
So hope this helps.
Yes, fantastic demo, and thank you so much. And I think while you did the demo, you also answered all the question, what that has come up on the social media as well. But anyway, I mean, for the uh, just to get certain clarifications, yeah, Aditya's favorite question is about custom domain, which you already answered. So each and every form can have notification sent from a separate SMTP. I mean this thing, and I had a question on the plans, Dave. So you had mentioned that platinum plan has got all these features, etc. So right now, is platinum plan the only thing that is on offer?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. So which means that when we buy, we are buying only the platinum plan. Are there only free plan and platinum plan? Are there only two plans, or are there anything more?
Yeah, there's a silver plan in between.
Okay,
It's very reasonable price right now, by the way.
fantastic. But now, but what we are the deal is for the platinum plan, if my
Yes,
understanding is
yes.
fantastic. Okay,
Yeah, the
so
deal is for unlimited platinum plan, unlimited everything.
fantastic. In fact, Abhishek has been asking this question right from yesterday. You did touch upon this, but then, he specifically wanted to understand if there is any difference between, beyond whatever he spoke, form engineer and jot form. I do not know if you use jot form, because I
Now,
believe he is using jot.
Jotform, of course, Jotform's been around probably a decade. I've used Jotform back in 2008. I mean, like, yeah. So, yeah, Jotform is like the master, like the biggest guru out there for this field, no doubt. They have dozens and dozens of integrations. So, yeah, can we compare? No way. I'm being like very transparent. Absolutely, like they just have so many integrations. Why? Because they've been around for over a decade. You know, so obviously, Jotform is an amazing tool. But for this deal at the price that we have right now, which by the way is definitely going to be going up after Black Friday and after the big holiday season, uh, you can have a comparable tool that does integrate with Mailchimp and does have custom redirect pages. But yeah, that's my understanding of Jotform.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think you answered this question while you gave the demo, but still, let me display this question. Uh,
Okay.
I mean, people don't seem to be greatly impressed with your UI. They say that it's fairly outdated, and then I heard you saying that you're actually going to rejig this whole thing. So, do you have any comments on this?
Yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover, and you can't judge a person by their skin color either. So
Okay.
it's very powerful, and I understand that though nowadays because a few years ago it wasn't like that. It was like it had to work, but the beauty of
Right.
it was secondary. Now people want it to look beautiful and it has to do awesome things and everything. So I understand that, and I agree. It definitely is on the roadmap, and we're working on it.
Yeah. So, okay, can we get a link to this? The link is form.engineer. It is there on the comments, description section. It's form.engineer. You can just go and try it out yourself. So that's on the link. So, are there any other questions? I think we've answered all the questions while you gave a demo. Let me quickly look at it. Uh, Okay. So I think you answered all the questions, so there's nothing more that could be asked. Okay, so thank you so much, Dave. Thanks for the time, and in fact, you gave a very good account of what form.engineer can do. But before we wind up, generally all the Bring Again events has a giveaway. But we didn't want to ask Dave for a giveaway because we believe the plan itself is very very attractive. But Chaitanya has been very kind, so he's given a code of Inform for the giveaway. So last time when we had the Inform demo, a lot of us misunderstood it to be a form builder, and though it's a OKR related software, but now we wanted to give that as a giveaway for a form builder application. So I have the list of people who have been engaging on this video. As usual, I'll do a wheel of names. I'll display the wheel of names, just see if I missed out your name, because some of you have not paired your Facebook with Restream, so I'm not able to see the name, so you need to bear with me. So let me share the screen. These are the people who have been engaging. Okay, so quickly take 30 seconds to see if your name is there, if it is already not there. Okay. Before we move to this, Dave, there is a JIT has got a comment. He says, so from my understanding, this is more like bit forms, HTML forms that can be embedded anywhere. Is his understanding right?
Yes.
Okay. So JIT, your understanding is right. It is a HTML form that can be embedded anywhere. Okay. So these are the names. Last couple of comments, I'm not able to get their names. So you can comment your name. That would be good. So particularly this comment, if you don't see your name being displayed, please comment your name so that I can add. Otherwise, you out on the giveaway. So once again, this spin of wheel is for Inform, sponsored by Chaitanya. It is not for Form Engineer. So this giveaway is for Inform. Because Bring Again events always has giveaways. And we don't want people to go empty-handed. So okay, Trevolin Govinder, I can see is. Okay, I do not know where, but anyway, I'll add Trevor. That's so nice of you, Jet, to help me out. I've added Trevolin's name.
That's very nice.
Yeah, so fine. I think let's go for the spin.
This is so amazing.
Paid off. Probably by adding that other person, we did we get the wheel to stop in your name? Please claim your code while you, by commenting on uh, whichever platform that you're watching us from. Hello, you're kidding me? Yes, we are kidding. You are one. Okay, Jit has claimed the code. Thankfully, Jit, I please DM me to get a code of Inform. I mean, another amazing application to help you share status with your clients, and I mean also manage status using OKR. That's a giveaway and sponsored by Chaitanya. Uh,
I tell you what,
so
we
thank.
can do another one for everybody here if you want. I can give away one.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to put you in a spot there. Because I know that
But now that I see
it
the
was
wheel, I mean that is like so cool, and I like it. It's so beautiful.
okay. So
So
I'm adding JIT to that as well because
okay.
because I don't want him to miss out on jot form. Sorry,
uh
form engineer. So do they get a
huh.
platinum plan of uh, form engineer?
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
okay,
Mhm.
fantastic. So that's so nice. So Dave has been tempted to run the wheel again just to see the wheel spinning. He's
Yeah,
offered
this is fun.
a platinum account of form engineer as a giveaway. So let's do the spin again.
I feel like we're in Las Vegas. Wow. Oh, there goes Jit. Okay, okay. Whew. That's
You got to
Karani
make
Parvani.
Karwani, Karwani, form engineer platinum account,
Oh.
whichever stream that you're watching and claim the code. If you don't, you lose the code. Then we have to spin the wheel. Karan, please claim your from whichever stream that you're watching. I've been watching on Alston's stream. Alston's stream. Okay, this is the stream that you've been watching on. Please comment. I'm sorry, Karan, you're losing time. I may have to spin the wheel again to appreciate people who have been patiently waiting on the stream till the
Oh.
end of the stream. Okay, I'm sorry. You may have to lose it. We'll have to spin it again. I'll remove Karan because, okay, Karan spinning again.
Oh, okay, so he wasn't there. Okay. Abhishek. Oh, it's looking so close.
No, it could be Aditya also. Abhishek,
Oh.
Abhishek, Abhishek. I know you were on the stream, and Abhishek has been waiting for this session since last night. He said that I really like
Whoa.
form engineer. I want to see what it is. Abhishek, please claim your code. Please claim your code by commenting on the stream that you've been watching us. I think you're watching on Bring Again. Don't make me spin again.
Somebody text him. Direct message.
Somebody will have to. I can do it. That that's something decided. The code has to be claimed online.
Oh, okay, okay. Excuse me.
So many questions, but unfortunately, he won the code. He was not there. Okay, people, should I spin it again? Abhishek, you lose. Somebody message him? No, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, now one last spin. If people are not online, we give the code back to Dave.
Or you can have it and you can maybe for the next show you can probably give it away or something. I'm here. Give it to me. Sajwal. Aditya Sharma.
Aditya Sharma. I'm sorry, Sajwal. I wish I can do that. And everybody is watching this, so we'll be scrutinized, saying that we are giving it to people whom we like, and people at that time forget that we like everybody. Aditya, okay, Dev. I think we will have this giveaway for a later time. Uh, you
Okay.
know, if probably in the next session. And thank you for your kindness, but
Thank
unfortunately,
you.
we or to appreciate the people who are still present online. Should I spin one last time?
Uh, sure.
Okay, so one last time, Aditya misses it. So please let it stop on Sajwal or Jit.
Seriously. Is Sajwal coming? Up. Oh.
Trevolin. Abhishek has now messaged that he just is just back.
Travel isn't
Trevolin's
here.
not here.
Okay. Abhishek? Oh,
Abhishek is back, but we already removed his. I mean, he lost the chance to be there.
okay.
So
Yeah, let's you contact me, we'll follow up on this and whoever wins and contact me and we'll go from there.
sure, no, no.
But I really
Abhishek,
appreciate this
Abhishek
opportunity.
is calling me. Yeah.
Nice.
Abhishek, yes, Abhishek. Hello. Abhishek. Hello. Okay. Oh, how can that be possible? Anyway, no problem. Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah, no worries, no worries. So Abhishek is saying that I've been commenting, but unfortunately those messages are not coming. I do not know where. Let me see whichever stream that he's in. But anyway, I think for people who've been watching, do you think it's fair for me to give it to Abhishek? He's mentioning that he's been commenting, but I was not able to see anything. And anyway, before
If he's
somebody else could somebody else could win, he actually um, has commented back. Had we spin and somebody won and accepted, I would have not accepted. I think we'll go ahead and share it with Abhishek. So thank you so
okay.
much.
Because if he's been there the whole time, then yeah,
Yes. No, no, he
right?
was there and he was been commenting and there is
Yeah.
I don't and in fact even yesterday when I made the video he commented saying that I'll be part of this event and because I've been wanting to see what farm engineer. So he was been behind farm engineer for at least 12 hours. So ever since I put the
Awesome.
video, so I definitely accept it. So Abhishek wins the code for farm engineer platinum account and reach out to me. I'll get the code from Dave and share it with you, Abhishek. And thank you, Dave. Thank you so much, for being here
Mhm.
and thank you people and people can also watch this later on Alston's YouTube channel. The entire video would be available and farm engineer support is awesome. I've been experiencing good support and I've been responding very quickly for any queries that you may have. So if in case you have a use case, and you believe that form engineer, you like the form engineer demo, go ahead and uh, do buy the deal immediately, because it's available at a very, very discounted price. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye